Ever wondered how you can transform your neighborhood and foster community spirit through the joy of gardening? Let's dive into the world of community gardening, a world where seeds of change are planted not just in the soil, but in hearts and minds. Community gardening is the symphony of growth where every participant plays a vital role in creating a beautiful harmony. Picture this: children with their hands in the earth planting their first seeds, elders their faces creased with a lifetime of wisdom, sharing stories and techniques honed over the years, neighbors who were once just faces, now working side by side, their shared goal fostering a bond that goes beyond the garden's fence. This is a place where a barren piece of land can transform into a thriving green haven, all thanks to the power of collective effort. It's about envisioning a space that can nourish the community, not just with fresh produce but with a sense of belonging and togetherness. It's about turning a simple plot of dirt into a vibrant ecosystem, a testament to the resilience and strength of a united community. In this journey, the destination is not just about the harvest. It's about the lessons learned, the friendships forged, and the joy of seeing something grow from a tiny seed into a plant that bears fruit. It's about the pride in knowing that you've contributed to something bigger than yourself. Community gardening is not just about growing plants. It's about growing people, relationships, and communities. It's about creating a space where everyone has a role to play, where everyone can contribute, and where everyone can enjoy the fruits of their labor. When we garden together, we create more than just a collection of plants. We create a living, breathing community that thrives on cooperation, learning, and mutual respect. We create a sanctuary where nature and humanity come together, where we can reconnect with the earth and with each other. So let's embrace the power of community gardening. Let's take that first step towards transforming our neighborhoods, fostering a stronger community spirit, and experiencing the profound joy that comes from working together with our hands in the soil. Imagine the possibilities when a community comes together to create something beautiful and sustainable. Starting a community garden might seem daunting, but it's actually quite simple. Let's break down the process into manageable steps. First off, selecting the site. While an open, sunny space is ideal, don't be discouraged by an initially barren or concrete-filled area. With a bit of elbow grease and a sprinkle of community spirit, even the most unassuming of spaces can be transformed into a verdant haven. Moving on to planning the layout. This is where your creativity comes into play. Decide on the types of plants you want to grow, taking into account the local climate and soil conditions. Lay out the garden in a way that maximizes space and sunlight, but also fosters interaction among garden members. Consider adding communal spaces like benches or picnic tables where people can gather and enjoy the garden. Next up, preparing the soil. This might involve a bit of heavy lifting, but it's also a chance to get hands-on and connect with the earth. Clear the site of any debris, then enrich the soil with organic matter like compost or manure. The richer the soil, the healthier your plants will be. Now comes the exciting part, planting. Whether you choose to start from seeds or seedlings, this is where your garden begins to take shape. It's a great opportunity for everyone to get involved, from the youngest sprouts to the most seasoned gardeners. Remember, variety is the spice of life, so don't be afraid to experiment with different types of plants. Finally, the moment you've all been working towards, celebrating the harvest. The fruits or vegetables of your labor are now ready to be enjoyed. Sharing the harvest is one of the most rewarding aspects of community gardening. It's a tangible reminder of what you've achieved together, and a delicious one at that. Throughout this process, remember that the goal of a community garden is not just to grow plants but to foster connections among people, so don't forget to have fun along the way. Organize garden parties, workshops, or swap meets. Share tips and tricks, successes and failures. The garden is a place for learning and growth in more ways than one. Starting a community garden can seem like a big undertaking, but it's also an opportunity to transform an empty space into a thriving green oasis. An opportunity to learn new skills and share knowledge, but most of all, an opportunity to bring people together, to build a stronger, more connected community. So, are you ready to take the first step? Remember, every great garden started as a seed of an idea, and with a bit of care, patience, and community spirit, that seed can grow into something truly amazing. With each step, you're not just growing plants, but a stronger, more connected community. A community garden is more than just a place to grow food. It's a place to grow relationships and a sense of belonging. Community gardening is a powerful tool that brings people together from all walks of life, fostering a sense of unity and shared purpose. It's a place where hands are dirtied, sweat is shed, and laughter is shared. But the benefits of community gardening go beyond the simple joy of camaraderie. One of the most significant benefits is fostering environmental stewardship. Community gardens become living classrooms where people of all ages can learn about the importance of sustainable practices and the role they play in preserving our planet. It's a hands-on, immersive way to understand the cycle of life and the delicate balance of our ecosystem. Community gardens also play a pivotal role in creating sustainable local food sources. In a world where the majority of our food travels thousands of miles before it reaches our plates, community gardens offer a refreshing alternative. By growing their own produce, community members can reduce their carbon footprint, ensure the freshness and quality of their food, and even save on grocery bills. But perhaps the most beautiful aspect of community gardening is its ability to unite diverse members of the community. It's a space where age, race, or background holds no barrier. Children, adults, and seniors all work together, sharing in the labor and the fruits of their collective efforts. In the process, they forge strong bonds, learn from each other, and cultivate a sense of belonging. Community gardens also instill a sense of pride and ownership. There's something incredibly empowering about transforming a barren plot into a thriving green space. It's a testament to what we can achieve when we come together, roll up our sleeves and put in the work. And let's not forget the health benefits. Gardening is a form of exercise that's good for the body and the mind. It's a stress reliever, a mood booster, and a great way to stay active. In the heart of a community garden, you'll find more than plants. You'll find friendship, knowledge, and a shared purpose. Don't just take our word for it. Hear from real community garden members about how these gardens have transformed their lives and neighborhoods. First, let's meet Marjorie, a retired school teacher, who found a new lease on life through her local community garden. She says, "I was feeling isolated in my golden years, but the garden has given me a sense of purpose and a community to belong to. I've made friends of all ages, and it feels great to share my love for gardening with the younger generation." Next, we have Carlos, a single father, who has found an unexpected benefit from the garden. He shares, "The garden has become a teaching ground for my kids. They've learned about responsibility, the value of hard work, and the joy of watching something grow from a tiny seed. Plus, they love the fresh vegetables we bring home." Then there's Priya, an immigrant who moved to the city 2 years ago. She tells us, "The garden has been a sanctuary for me. It reminds me of my home country, and it's a place where I can connect with my neighbors and share my culture through the plants I grow." And let's not forget about Jake, a busy professional who discovered the therapeutic effects of gardening. He says, "The garden is my escape from the stress of work. It's a place where I can get my hands dirty, take a deep breath, and just be in the moment. It's my little slice of peace in the middle of the city." These are just a few of the countless stories from community gardeners who found joy, connection, and a sense of belonging through their shared love of gardening. Each garden is a testament to the power of community, the joy of growing, and the transformative effect it can have on individuals and neighborhoods alike. These stories are proof of the power of community gardening. Will you be the next to share your story? Now that you've seen the magic of community gardening, are you ready to be part of the movement? The time to act is now. There are soil-filled plots and eager neighbors waiting. Imagine transforming that barren patch of land at the end of your street into a lush green space where tomatoes ripen under the sun, and children play in the shade of towering sunflowers. Picture your neighbors, their hands covered in rich earth, faces lit up with pride as they tend to plants they've nurtured from seedlings. But the harvest is just a bonus. The real fruits of a community garden are the connections forged, the traditions passed down, and the shared sense of accomplishment. So don't wait. Start a conversation with your neighbors. Share your vision, plan, plant, grow, and don't forget to share your journey with us in the comments. Join the community gardening movement today. Together, we can sow the seeds of transformation in our neighborhoods.